Hi, how's it going? Welcome back to the StarCrafts. Alright. Last episode we had our epic anime duel against who's probably gonna be the boss of this, the rival, our main enemy. And yeah, we lost twice, but one time we lost better than the other. So yeah, now we were just chilling with Jet, and we needed a break. We needed to cool down. We were raging too hard. Okay. Back in high school, I used to spend most of my time at the library when class was over. To be honest, this is probably the most time I've willingly spent outside my room since then. I'm not the type to read for fun or study diligently, but it was nice to have a place to go and be on my own. I missed those afternoons since I graduated. But Golden Zone Fire is a good replacement hangout as I could hope for. It's clean, comfortable, and pretty much has everything that I need to stay 24/7. This isn't an exaggeration. Some patrons here look like they're practically glued to their chairs. With a milk tea from one of the vending machines in hand, I return to my seat across from Jet. She isn't wearing the same scowl from earlier, but I can tell she'd rather be practicing. What are you drinking? She snatches up the can from across her and takes a long sip. Coffee. Oh, what kind of coffee? Coffee is coffee. I don't drink sugary junk. She's not a true gamer. Jet just admitted to not being a true gamer. That's not how we work. I know the truth. I can see all my soda cans from here. And for the record, it's obnoxious to challenge someone that you don't know to a match. Is it really such a big deal? All I wanted was a practice game. Do you know those types that stream snipe and start shit on message boards so that people pay attention to them? All too well, unfortunately. That's you, except you did it in real life. Bolt's real tough, a real tool though, isn't he? What kind of a prick. Beth cuts herself off with a hiss and grits her teeth. How do you know him? His name is Bolt? Yeah, he plays for Shock T1. Shock, huh? Bolt must be a new recruit. I haven't paid much attention to them or any other Brood War team since StarCraft 2 came out. But he definitely wasn't on the roster a year ago. Right, but how do you know him? Jet clicks her tongue and breaks her gaze away from me. I silently appreciate the reprieve from her death glare. If you must know, he and I went to the same middle school. I was in the class above him. Oh, okay, I was thinking he might have knocked you out of a tournament or something. No, I've never played him in a Star League. You don't need to overanalyze everything. Silence falls between us, while Jet nurses what remains of her drink. I can't tell if she's really into that coffee or she's just trying to find something to occupy her lips other than our conversation. I could make a joke there. I doubt Jet spends much of her time at PC Bangs, given that she's got a team house to practice from. I should consider myself lucky that she'd make time to come out here at all. You know, it makes zero sense for for you to focus on qualifying for VSL, right? I blink myself from thoughts to meet Jet's intense stare. What do you mean? What's the point of us meeting up to practice then? No, I'm not saying. Listen. I want to round up some players. For what? For VSTL. We got another letter in there now. Yeah, I noticed that one. Team League? But you're already on a team. Yeah. Yeah? She wavers, considering whether or not to tell me what I've already figured out. You're leaving VIP. We got dramatic music, boys. Did I remember to start recording? I did. Oh no. Oh no, if I click back on. Hold on. No! Is there a way to... Management... that sucks. Management barely pays us and nobody is motivated. They're worse than bad. They're complacent. I want a fresh start. I'm not guilting you, it's just isn't something I expected to hear. Do you have a team house picked out? No, not yet. What about a coach? No. Well, do you have players in mind? Look, it's a work in progress, okay? I edge away from her glare and raise my hands defensively. Right. Sorry, none of my business. For a while, silence. Jet does her best to avoid eye contact, but I can tell she's thinking hard about something. Just as I'm about to rise to replace my milk tea with another, she speaks. You know about all those new foreign teams popping up recently, right? Yeah. What about them? Isn't it strange? They're worse than almost every Korean squad, yet most of them have more sponsors. Well, there's a lot of esports fans outside of Korea these days, and people want to support their hometown heroes. I don't think it's that simple. Where would the money come from if not from the fans? Idiots. What? Idiots. Idiots call themselves investors. Idiots that throw away money and keep mediocre players afloat because it makes them feel good inside for whatever reason. I'm not sure if that's how that works, but okay, if you say so. Well, she and Bolt agree on one thing at least. Okay. So you're going to find some idiots to sponsor you? No. Well, it takes a long moment to reconsider her answer. No, it wouldn't work out in the end. What I'm getting at is too much of our scene ignores the foreign fan base. It's a huge mistake. Well, I know there's a time zone difference and a language barrier. Also, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of foreign fans don't find Korean players entertaining. What? How dare you? That's ridiculous. I'm relaying common knowledge. Don't hold me accountable for the opinions of Silver Leaguers. Most Western fans support goes to people who can entertain well. Streamers, casters, those kind of people. The most famous players in your scene aren't the best? That's appalling. A brood war got popular on the back of boys that looked good on camera. That's practically the same thing. If the PC Bang was a ship, then fangirls pulled the oars. Not the same thing. They're pretty and skilled. Not one or the other. And show some damn respect. Those boys are the only reason that you and I are able to have this conversation. The sharp response and equally sharp glare suggests that I shouldn't argue this point. Jet knows better than I do anyway. We're getting off topic. There are tons of potential fans that most Korean teams ignore simply because they're too hard to connect with. Yeah, I agree. She lifts an eyebrow and stares at me for just a bit too long before glancing away. If I wasn't sure before, I am now. Go on. Go on and what? I know what you're thinking. No, you don't. Yes, I do. What am I thinking then? You want me to join a new team that you're starting so I can help you with the foreign fan base. You also invited me here to try out under the guidance of practice. Jet slumps back in her seat, defeated. I fight a losing battle against the urge to laugh. Me too. Don't look so smug. I hate dealing with team management. You could hire a manager. Before we have any players, maybe I should just keep my head down and practice. No, don't do that. It's a good idea. You're only saying that because I gave you an offer. Partially, but if you go through with this, I'll do whatever I can to help. How are you the one convincing me to go after my own idea? Damn it. She chews her lip, likely considering the harrowing risk of leaving her team. I can't make any commitments until we have at least have some other players. It'd be stupid for me to move out of the VIP house without everything lined up. This is something I've been thinking about for a while, even if I don't have every detail hashed out yet. I mean to keep overhead low and practice time high. Lean and mean. She aims a finger at me. Her dull nail... Why is reading hard? Why I gotta do this to myself? Who says this is a good idea? I complain every episode about my incapabilities of reading. Yet I do it anyway. She aims a finger at me. Her dull nail a hair's breadth before my nose. Okay, so like doing like right, you know, right there. You know, right there. Spacebar. If you're going to be part of this, you're going to pull your weight. You can start by searching for our players, unless you'd rather find me a coach and a sponsor. I cringe backwards and raise my hands. No, I shall leave that to you. Good. I'll work better this way. The minimum number of players for a Start League is 4, so you need to find at least 2. You know, this isn't exactly how I visioned I'd join a StarCraft team. Walk away if you'd like. You have a long way to go if you want to be anything other than our translator mascot anyway. I'll admit though, Excel was right. I see glimpses of high-level stuff in your play. But as of right now, you kinda suck, even by foreigner standards. Offense intended. You seriously need to start busting your ass. Coming to Korea was pointless if you're still practicing Western hours. Well, nobody ever claimed that Jet wasn't honest. I'm going to work you and everyone else like dogs. If this team comes together, I won't be happy with anything less than first place. Well, I appreciate the chance. I offer a smile. She's quick to match. Aww. A sweet happy moment. If we're going ahead with this, I've got a lot of stuff to do. The deadline to register for Team Star Yep. Yeah, exactly what she said, you know. The deadline to register for Team League is in 2 weeks, so we can't afford to waste time. Get moving on your search, maggot. Alright, good luck. I'll catch you online. Yeah, a little later. While she's gone, I fall back into my chair and take a deep breath. Jet just asked me to join her team. I pinch my forearm and judge the sensation that follows. With that, my disbelief dissolves into contemplation. How the hell am I going to find 2 worthwhile unsigned players? Alright, here's the plan. You're at a PC bang. There are tons of people, right? Yeah, there's a whole lot of them. You challenge all of them. Every single one of them. Like, all of them. And then, the ones that beat you, you make a list of. And then out of that, you find out who's signed. And the ones that aren't are the ones that you go and offer. Big brain, much smart. A mixture of guilt and pride let me spend the rest of the day at Golden Zone Fire between ladder games and a break for dinner. I scoped out the cafe for the best StarCraft players. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of Zonefire's regular patrons are much to write home about. There were a few good players there for all-out attack, sure, but today, most of the cafe's patrons were playing Brood War, and the ones that were actually laddering in StarCraft 2, there was only a single guy in Master League. I'll have to extend my search outside of a single PC bang. I guess it'd be a little too convenient to find a VCL I don't know why I want to say VCL VSL caliber player so easily. Well, I tried, okay? My big brain didn't work, okay? I still think I could have pulled it off. I get the urge to stop at a convenience store on the way back to my apartment. There's one I've been going to regularly for my nightly fix of sugar and caffeine. Ooh. The store's blindingly bright signage is visible from more than a block away. Green capital letters spell out the store's name in English on a backdrop of white. Go Mart. Ah, yes, Go Mart. Hello, Go Mart. What the fuck are you? The door's familiar chime welcomes me, and the same clerk I've seen at least a dozen times before stands formally behind the cash register. Why does he look so weird? Seriously, look at that man's face. Look at that man's face. That's a weird face. And with that weird face, I'm going to end this episode. Goodbye.